Netflix's bad luck is
really
coming.
hard to look
What's
back on it
sadder
now
is
and
Harry
go,
and Meghan threw in
what on
a
earth
few
happened?
worse deals.
I
The
wonder what would have
collaboration
happened to
between
us
Harry and
had we
Meghan
not gone
and
out when we
Netflix
did.
has
security
proven to
was
be
being
a poor
pulled. Everyone in the
investment
world
for the
knew where we
streaming
were.
giant due to
said
the
we wouldn't
couple's
get it.
underwhelming performance.
And then
Let's explore this topic further. Welcome
changed?
back to the Royal News
There's a hierarchy of the
365
family.
YouTube channel.
There's leaking.
First, let's revisit the agreements Harry and Meghan made with Netflix in 2020. The couple signed a $100 million deal with the popular streaming platform. So why does the company continue to invest such large sums in them despite their disappointing results? And who could have predicted they'd appear so unprepared on camera? While Spotify cut ties with them, Netflix has persisted in partnering with the couple. Perhaps Netflix sees potential for groundbreaking content from them. Recent reports suggest Netflix is preparing to launch a Polo series in Meghan's cooking show. However, everything associated with the couple appears to be carefully curated and artificial. Meghan frequently appears in US tabloids on staged photo ops, despite her history of controversial behavior. Her cookbook is being sold for just $1 at thrift stores, highlighting its lack of value. When the Netflix deal was initially announced, many in the entertainment industry expressed concern about the large payout the couple received. It was known that neither Harry nor Meghan had the necessary experience or expertise in the field. Success would have required them to relinquish control and hire talented professionals to handle the work, which was unlikely given their controlling and ambitious nature. This venture seemed destined for failure from the outset, as several knowledgeable industry insiders predicted. They did hire very good people to direct the docuseries. Liz Garbus is a very successful documentary producer and director. Reportedly, the Harkles were very difficult to deal with and hampered production at every turn. And she was the second director to work on it. Liz Garbus allowed the Harry Potter pictures in the mockumentary, as well as the offensive editing of the late Queen's speech, plus numerous lies, omissions, etc. Hardly reputable actions for a documentary producer. Also, the Polo documentary is being produced by Milas Balak, who did the Welcome to Wrexham documentary with Ryan and Rob, now in its third season. It's not the lack of talented people, but their lack of creativity and work ethic. I get the feeling that Netflix does the heavy lifting and Dumb and Dumber just interfere and make life a nightmare for all involved. Well, if they just have to stand in front of a camera and call it a day, I can agree, but if they meddle at every stage from filming to editing, and whatever happened to time is money. They signed with Netflix 4 years ago and barely delivered, and when they do deliver, they take ages to finish a project. The contract must not include an early termination clause, but it's pay as you go except for the first 2 to 3 years. But that money is taken out the back end. I suspect they are listed as producers, so they can draw a salary through the project, but again, that will come out the back end. They destroyed their value because they burnt their bridges. That alone indicates they are worthless as product makers. And I understand from multiple articles and comments from knowledgeable insiders that the Amazon $100 million payout was a possible gross payout but did not include production, personnel, and other projected costs. The final payout to the pair would most likely be a fraction of this, but way beyond what they're worth. Surprisingly, the Harry and Meghan docudrama was given a favorable review. I didn't see anything but small excerpts, but those were pretty poor. The reviews seemed lackluster to me, even if it was the most watched documentary. On Netflix corrected from my error writing Amazon, I wonder how profitable it was overall. Kinda like Spare with the manufactured statistics. And what are the outstanding problems with the production of this couple's projects? Every single project they have done has arrived well past its deadline, and the reason is because they meddle and stonewall and oppose and micromanage. If Sony and that other production company think they can produce something on time and within budget, I'll just sit here and laugh. Unless they have some real muscle, they're going to have the same problem every other professional water carrier has had. I do wonder how they plan to manage it. Maybe it'll be like that Live to Lead thing, where the Harkle involvement is minimal and they are edited in during post-production. It's the only way to get anything done with those two. I also guess what the purpose of Meghan's upcoming cooking show is coming back. That's because Meghan's brand American Riviera Orchard has launched a jam, and I bet the cooking show will be filled with her jams. Bet I can guess. There'll be strawberry jam and lots of lemons. Oh, and bronzer, too much jewelry, tentacles of dangling hair and fingers to play with them. What about Harry's polo video? I watched that video and all I saw was that the horses there should be protected from Harry. The horses looked pitiful. The horse stopped in its tracks and launched Harry off its back. I can't believe people lend their horses to Harry. I think Nacho is the only one lending him ponies. And all Harry is going to accomplish is getting people who weren't paying attention to polo concerned about the welfare of the horses. I also heard a few stories locally from people who grew up next to the home park that Harry was allegedly notoriously hard on the horses. William is a lesser player because he doesn't ride the ponies as hard and Charles was too banana in his day. People didn't like how Harry rode and especially his temper. These are people who love horses, then Labradors, then family is somewhere down the line. On the other hand, he was given passes he shouldn't have been because of his father, both for his position but also for his horsemanship. So that set, which is very small, was stuck with a rather troubling cognitive dissonance. And in all honesty, King Daddy would have ... compensated. You know, all that highfalutin does a lot of good work for Charles Bunch. They know how to cover up for idiot younger sons. But real, King Charles was a top polo player before he was injured, and William is very good as well. It's long been known that Harry is a terrible player and rider. He only played because he was a blood prince and not because of skill. And now Harry's lost a huge invisible net of protections from intersecting sources. Previously, he was a tiny center of absolute elite encompassing so many areas of establishment. So I guess the question is, if the above has any truth at all to it, and I moved away, it's very vague and could have just been a gripe. I genuinely don't know. You know how small communities are, and that invisible protection falls away. How long will others lend him their ponies? Nacho appears in the latest polo thing for his benefit, and he loaned the horses for Harry to be on his polo team for one short season. He never did that again. Because Nacho will be alarmed when he sees the way Harry treats his horse. I must say, cruel treatment. And back to the main topic between the Netflix deal and the fake couple Harry and Meghan. I guess the original USD 100M contract was greatly exaggerated. No one pays USD 100M to two people with zero track record producing content. Secondhand Cohn has said their actual contract was worth a fraction of the amount. And I have advice for Netflix whilst throwing some Netflix money towards production costs towards their idea du jour. If 2024 passes with no viable content, Netflix can likely terminate the contract early for lack of deliverable content. Let's save Netflix money. Finally, I hope the information I just brought will be useful to you. I would also like to hear more about your opinions as they are extremely valuable as they enrich our discussions and help us approach topics from different angles. Thank you for watching. Hello, and see you in new videos from Kate Middleton and the Queen's YouTube channel.